Welcome once again to the channel. I'm Octane, and today we're gonna have a look at the new deck that's out for the next event, which is a Fire Slayer event, and the deck is an Arcane Killer deck. First up is your ultimate form. I'm gonna have to have a look at the artwork. The artwork is really nice. Really like the colors, the rich red and the gold. And the deck is basically for Chinese New Year's, and I think it has something to do with Valentine's as well, simply because the first passive is called Lover's Bond, and you only see passive or attack skills on card that's got something to do with Valentine's. So I'm assuming it's not just for Chinese New Year's, but it's also looking forward to Valentine's. So first up is the battle skill. The battle skill generates 7 power gem 6s. It heals you for 5000% of your recovery, and it increases self attack by 20% for 1 turn. The self attack is pretty poor. I've seen cards with far better self increase. 100% is far better than 20%. Damage increase would be far better, but I'm assuming because we've got cards out there that we can actually add to deck to increase the power generation, this is the reason why they've kept it at 20%. Lover's Bond is the first passive, and whenever a hero gains bonus attack buff, so this has got the bonus attack buff, this hero will create an additional 2 power gem 4s, which is quite nice. It's not power gem 5s or 6s, but 2 extra power gems does add to total damage output. So this card has got the ability to generate 9 power gems. The second passive is called Vengeance, and when you get hit, this hero will gain the bonus attack buff for 1 turn. Now the bonus attack buff, when it's active, this hero will strike an additional time on its next attack, dealing exactly 100% of the damage of the main attack. This will not be multiplied by free keys. It's just 100% of the main damage that's been dealt by this card. So whatever you dealt in the main attack, you will deal it on the following attack, same amount. This card dispels poison. Poison is one that you want to dispel. Does wreak havoc on your health, so it's one to dispel. The next card up is called Octane, and this is a Master Collection card, and it creates 7 power gem 6s. It also increases self attack by 20%. So you have the possibility of creating 9 with your ultimate form, 7 with your Master Collection, so that gives you a total of 16. This one also has got Vengeance on it, so when it gets hit, it gains the bonus attack buff, and it's got the bonus attack buff, so while the bonus attack buff is active, it will strike an additional time on your next turn for exactly 100% of the damage dealt by this card. Now this one will dispel Traitor. Traitor is quite similar to Thorns, except Thorn is a buff for the enemy and Traitor is a debuff for your deck. Thorns and Traitor will not kill you, but the next one that we're going to look at will definitely kill you, which is called Counter. Now this card actually dispels Counter. You will want to dispel Counter because Counter will kill you. This card is called Divine. I'm not sure how to pronounce this word because I think it's Chinese and I don't speak Chinese, so I'm going to pronounce it the way I'm able to pronounce it, and I just call it Xinyu. And this card will create 6 power gem 6s, and it will heal you for 5000% of your recovery. The entire deck has got a 2-turn cooldown, which is quite nice. Really love decks with 1-turn cooldown and 2-turn cooldown. I find them really great to use. One passive it's called Lover's Bond, and whenever a hero gains the bonus attack buff, this hero will create 2 additional power gem 4s. So this one has got the possibility of creating 8 power gems. So we've got 16. Toss in an additional 8, that's 24 power gems you've got on the board just with these 3 cards. This one, as I said, dispel Counter, which you really will want to actually dispel. The next card up is the main card or the event card, depends what you call it. It creates 6 power gem 4s and it increases self attack by 10%. Not a lot, but every little helps. It hasn't got any passive. This one as well dispels Traitor. Now, in the grand scheme of things, I will say event cards are getting better. This one is okay, it's quite nice, and they are getting more better and far more powerful than their predecessors. So we're going to take a look at the support card, which used to be my favorite card, but now not so much. The support card will create 10 fire gems, and it will moderately increase the drop rate of gems for 1 turn, 2 turn cooldown again, and this one dispels poison. So the deck on a whole is not really powerful, but it is the event deck, so each card has got a specific bonus. So the Ultimate Form has got 15, Master Collection and Ultra Rare has got 13, which makes them a bit more powerful than cards of past events, say this deck. So this deck is the deck from last year, Bonafide Brawlers. Bonafide Brawlers is 6 times, so it's got 6-time bonus during Slayer events. The current ultimate form will be a bit more powerful than, say, a 1 pink star Bonafide Brawlers, but the Bonafide Brawlers will give you the 900% damage boost with its killer skill. So if you're not sure of a card of an ultimate form, how much boost it will give you with its killer skill, you can just take a look at the icon that actually tells you what type it is. So this is an arcane killer. So if you look at the arcane killer icon, you see a ×9 below that. That will tell you that it's got 900% bonus. If you take a look at this one, which is the older version, you see the 4 below the icon. That tells you that this gives you 400% bonus. So this is the older of the 3 deck, the oldest of the 3 deck, the Impale Hunter. And this one is, it's a 3-turn deck because you have to wait to be hit. It's got a mechanics that we used to call the trap mechanics, so that one is not too bad, but it's quite outdated and it's not as powerful. Of the 2, if you've got this one and you've got this one would be a far better ultimate form or far better deck to use. You could mix say the current deck and the Bonafide Brawlers, but it also depends what you've actually got in your inventory. Well, I've got quite a number of cards within my inventory that we shall go through. The best of all the cards to actually add to the deck is this one, Circuit Break Hilaria. Circuit Break Hilaria is a commander card, but it is an arcane killer card. What it does, it increases arcane killer's attack by 200% plus an additional 10% per 20 arcane killer intensity. It goes up to a maximum of 565% unless you've got 8 or more Firepower Gem 1s or higher on the board. Then it's ×10. Now how this works out is if you've got the maximum amount of intensity to get up to your 565, if you've got 8 or more Firepower Gem 1s or higher on the board, that is times by 10, so it goes up to 5,650. However, if you haven't got the maximum amount of intensity, you just starting out, you've got probably 10 intensity, then you'll get 200%. And if you've got 8 Power Gem 1s or higher on the board, the 200% is then multiplied by 10, which gives you 2,000%, which is quite significant. So this is a really good card to use. As well, on turn 1, you'll get 4 Power Gem freeze, which adds the total amount of Power Gems that you've got on the board. It's not going to be your main damage dealer, but it does add to the bang of your deck. It does give your deck a bigger bang for your buck. Culinary Kings. Now, Culinary Kings is a card that you really would like to add to this deck. It will not be your main damage dealer, but it will allow your main damage dealer to do quite significant damage, primarily because it adds 6 extra Power Gem 6s to the mix, and then it upgrades all Firepower Gems on the board to 2 level higher. Now that's something that you really want to add to the deck. So this is something that you need to add to your deck. If you haven't got it, you can add its Ultra Rare to the deck, The ultra rare, however, won't create any power gems. It will only upgrade power gems. So this one is far more superior. Now this is Perceptive Guru. Now Perceptive Guru is an immortal killer card. So what you'd have to do is use, say, Bonafide Brawler to give you the killer skill. Then you'll use Fire Slayer cards that are Immortal Killer. You'll use Perceptive Guru to increase their attack, and your Immortal cards will be your main damage dealer. Perceptive Guru is a commander card, so it won't be, again, your main damage dealer. It will only give you the ability to do a bigger damage. So it will increase your attack of all Immortal Killer cards by 1200% as long as you get hit by the enemy. So that is one that you could consider to throw into your deck as well. The next card up is an Immortal Killer as well, if you haven't got Perceptive Guru. However, I'm not too keen on using cards of other affinity. So this is a Dark Immortal Killer card, so you will need to generate dark power gems, and that does take away something from your deck because it actually limits the ability to fill the board with fire power gems. So this is something that if you haven't got anything else, this is something that you could use to boost the damage, the attack output of your fire Immortal Killer cards. Now this one needs no introduction, high performance unit area. Last but not least is the Jailers. The Jailers is an Arcane Killer card. It's a commander card, however, it's a Earth commander card. So you will need to generate Earth gems on the board to power up its ability. It has got the ability to give you 1200% attack increase to all Arcane Killer cards. However, as I said about high performance unit area, I'm not very keen on putting cards of other affinity onto the deck. So those are two suggestions that you could really use if you haven't got anything else. Those are the ones that I would say, unless there's nothing else, use one of these two cards. But if you've got something else, say Perceptive Guru, I would think Perceptive Guru would be far better than using high performance unit area or the Jailers, because you don't have to actually activate Perceptive Guru's battle skill, but you will be able to activate Perceptive Guru's battle skill because it's a fire card, so it will be powered up by your relics. Culinary Kings, really brilliant. Circuit Break Ilaria, really brilliant. Those are just some of the cards. There might be other cards that I've got within my inventory, but these are just some of the cards that I chose off the top of my head. So those are some of the cards that we will take a look at tomorrow. We'll see them in action, see exactly how the deck can actually perform using each one of these cards. Now, the combo that I thought of using straight off the bat was this one. So use Circuit Break Ilaria to power up to boost the attack output of my deck. Culinary Kings to increase my gem production, taking them up to 2 level higher. Prime Bovine, Bonafide Brawlers. Bonafide Brawlers is 2 pink star. So at 2 pink star, it will deal a bit more damage than, say, the ultra rare for the current event. And the Ox King, primarily because the Ox King has got the bonus attack. That's why I chose it over the ultra rare. So that's something that I've decided that I'm going to start the event using this, and I'm going to fine tune the deck and see exactly where I go from there. So join me tomorrow for possible deck combination. We'll take a look at the cards, we'll take a look at a few decks, we'll see some non-event decks, and we'll see some event deck combination as well. So hope the information that I presented to you guys were of any use. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section below. This is Octane saying until tomorrow when we do possible deck combination. Peace and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.